Right, episode number 5, CrossFit Gainsborough, just arriving now. I think this is going to be like the smallest gym we've been to in terms of square footage, pretty good for members, and we're doing something a bit different. We've got it's programmed a bit of a workout that's going to be it's like a team, it's a mini competition style thing. We're doing 3 different workouts, so I don't know if I'm ready for this one, mate, to be honest, but it should be good. But interested to hear what Karlos has got to say, who runs it, and like I say, it's a cool community. He got a big response when we said, when we put it out there to where we should go, so I'm looking forward to seeing them all. And we've got some of our customers that come to this gym that are just driving past them now, actually, that are in our VIP program. That's how committed they are, so it'd be good to catch up with them and see how this multi-workout morning goes. Karlos,
yeah,
CrossFit Gainsborough.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
So, Karlos isn't a traditional English name. Is that something that you've just picked up over time?
No, so I was originally born with the name Carl, C-A-R-L, but I got called Karlos ever since I was a kid, and also partially Greek. So,
right.
Yeah, so I changed actually, funny story, 2018, everyone always calls me Karlos. So Mrs. On my birthday, got a letter through the door, here's your birthday present. She changed my name by default for me. And I was all stood back and she was like, you don't like it, do you? And I was like, yeah, I love it, but you've just changed my name. And yeah, just ever since then I've always been called Karlos anyway, but yeah, and it suits me.
Note to self, you can change people's name without the permission. I might have some fun with that.
Yeah, only thing from there, you have to get the signature on that paperwork afterwards.
We can sort out, mate. That's not a problem. So let's get on to the gym, CrossFit Gainsborough.
Yeah.
Love the fact that the orange is everywhere as well. It's all on brand.
Yeah.
But how long have you been open?
Roughly about 3.5 years now.
3.5 years, and members wise?
Looking around like 100 members in total, but actually we're really on the growth scheme right now.
Yeah.
So we're looking to roughly get to around 130 before then we look at that next step in changes for the business.
Yeah. So in terms of CrossFit itself, then let's go back. So where did you kind of first come across CrossFit?
Okay, so when I was in the military, I used to be into a lot of running. I used to actually weigh about 67 kilos at the time when I joined the army.
And what are you now?
96. But that was a long time ago. I was 16 years old. I was predominantly into running. I was really, really good at it at one stage, but I get bored very easy. Probably a bit of ADHD in there. I like to look at the next thing and get a bit better at something else. So, and then I went into cycling. Done John O'Groats to Land's End in 10 days. Wow. That was with the Coldstream Guards as well, when the regiment that I was in, and we did it in a group of 10 people and cycled all together, and luckily we had sun pretty much the whole way through, which was amazing. Then I went into bodybuilding when I was about 21, 22, and I got to 110 kilos at that stage, and I was like, right, I'm sick of doing all this slow movements, trying to just get massive. I'm a bit bored, and also for my next promotion courses in the military, I had to slim down a little bit because I couldn't run. I was getting shin splints. So then I found I cut down a little bit, and then I've done my courses, and then I found CrossFit in around 2014, and I just saw a set of rings up in my gym in the military when I was an instructor in Catterick teaching recruits, and I thought, I wonder what you can do with those. Looked online, and I was like, we can do ring muscle ups on them. In 2 days, I'd achieved a strict ring muscle up. That was my first ever CrossFit movement. And then from there, I found a company called Comp Train. They used to send out free programs at 3 a.m. every morning. So I used to wake up in the morning at 5 a.m, cooking my steak and eggs on the frying pan, looking at what I was doing that day, researching the movements. So I was self-taught. I'd never been into a CrossFit gym before.
And you were just doing this in the army gym then? In
the army gym, I was getting up, training at 6 a.m. in the morning, then training recruits all day, and then I was continuing with my strength training at night.
So you knew then that you were doing CrossFit, obviously, because you discovered CrossFit as a methodology and everything. And were there other, because they always say that the military's got quite a lot of people into CrossFit. Were there a few of you doing it together?
No. So CrossFit was very I've never really seen anyone in the military doing CrossFit at that stage. Yeah, they'd literally in Catterick where they'd just put all these new rigs and stuff in. So someone up there must have who was head of PT school or something like that must have thought this is a good idea, and I just started utilising the kit. I wasn't doing the techniques very well because I've looked back at some of the videos over the years and I smile at myself, but that's the learning curve that you make, and the mistakes that I made turned me into who I am today, and also made me a better instructor in the long run.
So pretty much then, all your CrossFit foundations and such were all self-taught.
Yeah,
you were just going through comp training, getting the workout of the day, and just kind of
that was it.
Learning it on the fly. Were the video tutorials or how to do the movements and stuff then as well?
No. So what I used to do is he used to tell me the program. I used to go on YouTube and type in the movement on YouTube, and then just watch it off there. And then sometimes I'd look at my own videos, and then I'd compare it to that one. I was like, mine looks nothing like that video on there. But also CrossFit was still very early days, especially in the UK at that time. So there wasn't many people at a higher level doing CrossFit. So there wasn't many people in this country to watch.
Just out of interest then, because people might find this interesting from a technique and such like point of view. What do you think, through sort of being self-taught almost and just doing it through YouTube and written workouts, what do you think the worst habit that you picked up was that was the hardest to get out of once you started doing it properly, so to speak?
Ooh, probably, which I love more than anything now, which was weightlifting. It's like just not moving correctly, like bending the elbows, like them sort of things where I'm used to doing bodybuilding, used to using my arms and not using the lower part of my body, because I never used to use the lower part of my body once I'd done bodybuilding. So it was using this part rather than using these parts, which was the main change I had to make once I left the military and found a CrossFit gym.
I guess that's always hard, isn't it, for people as well? Because when you are naturally strong, you have a tendency to just rip the weights off the floor, and then that has a ceiling. Whereas you'll see some little kid in the corner that looks nothing, weighing
throwing weights around. And it made them, like being in the military as well, we didn't really do much stretching and mobility then as well, so I was really tight, and I didn't figure out like actually what squatting was below parallel was until I actually left the military, and I was like, oh right, this is what I need to do. So I had to spend months and months and months of training myself to be able to get to them below parallel positions.
So when you left the military, did you join a CrossFit gym there?
Yeah, so I left the military in 2018. I joined CrossFit with them, which is in Lincoln, which is massive gym, like very competitive, and they've got a very high level athletes that train there, which is good, because it definitely helped me progress by watching others. Do you know what I mean? When I progressed an awful lot when I did train there. What I didn't do though is I went in there and I was like trying to beat everyone and not work on my technique, which is the biggest mistake that I think that I made in them early years. But I think a lot of CrossFitters do. It's
competitiveness, isn't it? You're like, I just want to be better. I want to like.
And I think when you become a little bit older, a little bit more wiser, and you think actually maybe stop with these weights and then lower the weight, work on the technique, and then the weights then start to progress even further.
I think it's finding that balance, isn't it? Because like, everybody wants to be the best they can be, but it's finding that measure of what that is, because I used to do it at the gym I went to. I just wanted to beat certain people. And it weren't until I actually just wanted to beat myself that I really think I found CrossFit, because then it was just about me getting better, getting fitter, being better in everyday life for the bits and bobs that it throws at you. And that's when I think my passion like quadrupled for it after that.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people do compare themselves to others in the gym, especially like in a community of people who live in the same area. They're always like, they probably know each other, like, I want to be better than them. Do you know what I mean? Like when I came here, no one knew who I was. So, and also I trained with them for a long time, and I just thought to myself, right, I need to work on myself to be better than these people that I look at. Otherwise, if I keep looking at them and thinking I need to be like them, I'm never going to change the things that I'm bad at. Do you know what I mean? And having that wisdom is definitely useful for the next generation. I think like people young now, they train a lot differently to the way that we trained when we first started out in CrossFit. And I think that coaches nowadays are a lot more experienced to make sure they're training in the right way to get the best out of it.
Do you find yourself doing that with your members here then? Is sort of leaning on that experience you had and helping them develop in the ways that they might not know that they need to, but will benefit them long term?
I think my clients here may think that find that I'm a little bit strict. When they get a compliment, they're like, oh, I've got a compliment this year. Do you know what I mean? Because when I do it, it means something, and I want it to mean something. I'm harsh on them because I want them to do better, because I invest in my athletes or clients, do you know what I mean? And I want them to grow and achieve. There is people that come into here and just want a chin wagon just to enjoy the workout. And you need to understand your clients to know how to go around correcting them and making sure they're doing the correct movements, but not being too much on them at all times, because everyone's different. Some people want it all the time. And some people want a little bit, and some people are like, oh, fuck off, Karlos. Like, do you know what I mean? Just leave me alone. So you need to find that happy medium, and you need to just understand your individuals you've got. Yeah,
watching a couple of, Johnny Davis is at one at gyms in Wales, and then there's JR Howell, who does a lot of programming stuff. They were critiquing Peter White, from Coffee Pods and Watts. He coached a class, and they were critiquing him on a video. And as he walked past someone that were doing a movement, he went, oh, perfect. And then JR stopped, like, don't ever say perfect. And it just made me think of that when you were saying that you can be harsh and bit confident and stuff like that.
Like, if it is perfect, like, there's never perfect.
Exactly.
But if it's perfect, I'd only say perfect if they made the change that I'd asked them to change. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and what you did then was exactly what I asked you to do. Now we'll go to the next bit that we need
There's never perfect. Like, I'll never be perfect. There might be some that are perfect.
I think your beard's quite perfect, mate.
No, that's natural. I can't change that, bro. But I think everyone can always develop mentally, physically, nutrition. Across the board, everyone can always get better, and that's why CrossFit's so good, because you can always progress. There's nothing stopping you, no matter how old you are.
No, and that's the thing, I didn't find it until late, and like I find movements that I've got a little bit better at just through doing.
Yeah, but you're only 30, aren't you?
So. Yeah, mate. Cheers. Still be a tenner after for that. So you come out military, you're at CrossFit with them. When did you decide that you wanted to get your own box?
So actually, my dream was a kid owning my own gym. So I used to walk past the gym on the way to school every morning. I said, I'm going to own my own gym one day. And like growing up watching the old school, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, like Rambo's, Rocky, like all them good films, like that they inspire young kids like in that era to want to look like these sort of guys and be like these sort of guys. Obviously fitness has come a long way since then, and more people have transferred to functional fitness. But I was at CrossFit with them, and then I had to get a job because my partner fell pregnant with our second child, which pretty much saved me because I didn't really feel like I had a purpose in life when I left the military. And it set me back into provide mode. Got a job. I was working for Everest. Everest, the windows and doors company. Knock in, like learning my trade that way as a salesman, basically starting from the bottom. Then I went to a social media marketing company in Doncaster. So I was training then at CrossFit Dagenham. And another really good gym. Really progressed there as well, grew as an athlete there. Not as much as I wanted to, because like you can't, when you're working full time, you just can't progress to them higher levels unless you can pretty much get 2 sessions in a day. And then I got poached by another company where I could work from home. And then lockdown happened 3 months after that company. I started working for that company, and luckily I was a sales manager in that business. So working from home was the job anyway, and we made more money that year than the company had ever made. Which was fantastic, because we used to sell like log cabins, which was massive, like people doing their gardens, weren't they, in lockdown. And within that day, like I'd achieved so much, I'd have so much spare time. I started creating a business plan.
For the gym?
For basically the gym. And that for owning a gym, building a gym here, and it happened very quick, because then my partner fell pregnant with our third child, and I was like, if I don't do it now, it's never going to happen. So I risked everything. I got £35,000 in debt. I put my notice in. I got affiliated through CrossFit a month early. Got my unit. I was in here, painting, decorating, all this by myself, working a full-time job that month. I give a month to open, and I lost a stone in weight. I wasn't eating properly. I was getting up in the morning, working from 9 till 5, coming here, I didn't get home till 3 in the morning. Like I was doing everything by myself, and I grafted like hard. And the day that I walked out of this gym, the next day I was opening, I think I cried when I looked at everything and looked out, and I was like, it was an emotional thing for me, because I was like, my dream had happened. I'd risked it all and I didn't know how it was going to happen, but in my first month I was breaking even.
That's amazing.
And it all paid off in the end, and it was all worth it. But like the stress that you go through for opening a gym isn't easy, and usually most people go in it in a partnership, and I didn't want to do that. I always wanted to work for myself. Like being in the army, being told what to do all the time, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And working for other people, I was like, I want to do something myself. I want to achieve something myself, and now I am where I am.
Yeah, I love it. Like when I was with Dan at CrossFit Comet last week, he had a similar story. He just went back to his mum's to live because he had a different situation to you.
Yeah.
But the same start, believed in what he wanted to do so much that nothing was going to stop him.
No, yeah.
And like you doing that, like working your job and then grafting here, getting it ready, and then that day, I can imagine the outpouring.
Oh mate, like my hairs are going up on my arms.
Yeah, I've got
thinking about it.
Emotion in your eyes.
I am so passionate about CrossFit and what it stands for, and what it does for people and individuals, and seeing people happy. And I put my energy into a lot of people. And you know, when someone leaves the gym and they have to go, or they go somewhere else, or it isn't for them, or they get injured, I feel like a little bit of me has left. And that's hard, because you do get attached to your members. And over the years, I've learned that you need to have that line where you could be friends, but then you also understand these are clients. And that was a massive learning experience for me, because I've lost a lot of clients that way as well. Like I am very forward, I'm a very outspoken guy. I understand sometimes I can come across in the wrong way, but I'll always care about people. And I think if I continue on that same path, I'll continue to progress and grow as an individual and as a gym.
Yeah, and people warm to that, don't they? Like if someone can see that someone's genuinely invested in them, they can't help but like sort of match that energy, because you can't. And then if it's not for them, then away they go. But like I love that. So you know, like you talking about like how to do more of that in the future. What does the future look like for CrossFit Gainsborough, do you think?
So, well, looking at hopefully getting to like 120, 130 members would be the next stage. At this moment in time, I'm investing in new equipment, new kit. So like transfer, like getting newer stuff, making more space in this gym. And that kit is going to potentially then move me to my next space. So I'm buying the kit before I move. So when I move, all I've really got to pay for is the flooring, and I'm there, and I'm good to go. That will then give me opportunity for like running competitions, bigger classes, more option in workouts. Do you know what I mean? And that's massive for the community. Like the only unfortunate stage from that is that we are looking at unaffiliating through CrossFit. And it isn't because I don't love CrossFit, because I do love CrossFit, but I feel like the £370 a month for the 1,000 square foot that I have isn't worth it for what I can use that money for. That could give me, and £370 will have moved me to 3 times the size unit that I'm in now. And then eventually down the line, I probably would re-affiliate through CrossFit, but I feel like CrossFit needs to give something back. All right, because the name isn't enough. The mythology of CrossFit and what it stands for is exceptional, and I'll never deviate away from that, because I love it that much. That's how passionate I am about it. But just for having 7 letters on your wall isn't enough. It doesn't work for me as a business.
I think a lot of that as well depends on the areas that you're in as well, doesn't it? Because some people, if you're in London, for example, and there's all those gyms around, if you haven't got CrossFit on your door, all those drop-ins you get in, which will create, I bet, a good chunk of their business, you wouldn't get without CrossFit. But I guess in like places like Gainsborough, where it's not, there's been going to be many people passing through for drop-ins, you don't need the name. So that's where everyone I've spoke to so far on this affiliate tour, they've said something similar. They don't get much from CrossFit. Apparently resources are there and available, but like they could be better. Maybe, I don't know, it could be better advertised that they're there. But like Dan said, and at Comet, he said he mainly is affiliated because he's loyal to CrossFit, as opposed to, whereas when you're building a brand and you are a brand, you need to be loyal to your customers as opposed to the other way around, don't
100%.
you?
And like, I put this to my customers before, or my clients before I think about doing this. And they are like, well, for coming away from the name CrossFit isn't going to change the training style. It's still going to be CrossFit. It just isn't called CrossFit Gainsborough. And if they're happy with that, that's what comes first. Like the clients come first. What I can give them to make their like their training journey better is more important than having a name on my wall. Do you know what I mean? And they invested in me, and I'm invested in them, and I want to give them the best opportunities.
Yeah, and if that's how it looks, that's how, because it's a business at the end of the day for you, isn't it? It's your livelihood, it's what you want to leave. You talking off camera, you want it to be a legacy for your family and 100%. Things like that. And so you have to do what's best, and if CrossFit, I guess, don't fit in with that and give you enough back, then I think
I think CrossFit could probably potentially do a bit more.
Yeah.
Like I think they could probably do like send people from CrossFit UK into your gym, maybe even once a year, just to sit down, talk to you in your gym. Even a phone call would be good. Do you know what I mean?
Have you never had anyone from CrossFit like contact you or anything? So you affiliate, you might get your welcome pack, and then
the only time I've ever had a contact from CrossFit is when I've told them I'm thinking about de-affiliating. That's the only contact I've ever had, and that just tells me that they're just it's money grabbing. Like I told them I love CrossFit.
Yeah,
CrossFit is my life. Yeah. Like my whole family does it. My daughter does it. My kids, my boys do it. Yeah. My missus now has done CrossFit for 1.5 years and she loves it. Like it just. I feel like they need to give us a little bit more than just a name. Yeah, the tools online is easy. You get someone behind a computer to do that. I want someone to be coming here to like say like, what could you do better? What do you think that I could do better? Do you know what I mean? How could I? What is going to help me potentially grow the gym and also help your CrossFit brand? Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I want to help your CrossFit brand. I want to promote it. I've been promoting it for the last 3.5 years because that's how much I love it. All right, all I need is my CrossFit level 2. I don't need CrossFit on my wall to say that I'm a coach and to own a gym.
Yeah, and you said you did that the other week.
I did my CrossFit level 2 the other week, and it's probably one of the best educational fitness courses I've ever been on.
I think this is the thing, and I know people like we do get pretty good reach on these shows, but that is like one real key message there. You love CrossFit, you're doing your level 2 so you can be the best CrossFit coach you can, but the only time CrossFit have actually shown an interest in you and what you're doing is when you told them you might be leaving. And to me, that's just a terrible business model, and we look 100%. At the affiliate numbers going down, and that's not what we want, because we want CrossFit to get out there, because at an affiliate level, impacting people's lives, making people better, making people healthier, that's what it's all about. And if they're not, I don't know, if they're not interacting with the businesses in the right way, they're going to lose that. And then once the methodology goes, everything goes.
I think like they need to be invested in it as much as we are as coaches or owners.
Yeah.
Like every owner, the reason they're coming away from it is because they're probably not as passionate about CrossFit they're probably more passionate about CrossFit than they are passionate about it. They're more bothered about the money and the income of money. But if they were more passionate about helping gym owners, then maybe they would have more money. Yeah. So they're going about it the wrong way in my eyes and in my opinion. Everyone's got their own opinion at the end of the day, but I feel like they need to step it up quick. Otherwise CrossFit's going downhill.
Yeah, it's a good message to tell, mate. So, well, maybe we'll come back when you're at the biggest spot, and we'll see how things are going on the 100%. Next tour. But now we've done this a little bit different. We're doing the chat first, and now you're going to put me through my paces on
100%, mate.
A load of free workouts on the board. So
I can't wait, bro.
We'll see how we get on. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man.
It'll be good this, because sometimes when I open that side door and I've been driving, everything falls out. So. Cool. Are we ready for it? Not packed that well at the moment, this van, mate. Everything's falling to bits. Need to get it sorted. But this is a bag full of shit that I don't need, and now I've got a few orders at the guy's place that are coming in, so that's pretty good as well. So all supportive. We'll see how we get on today, mate. Oh, fuck you now. Cut that out. Brilliant. I like watching everyone here. It's like everyone's just awaiting their fate. But yeah, first bit looks like a bit of lifting. Terrible, because I just can't lift for shit. Second bit looks alright. Bit of toast bar from the salt bite. And then the last one's just a bit of a slog. So yeah, each one individually might be alright. All three together, in trouble.
Squat clean or a power clean. So starting from mid-shin, driving up, can't pop through the hips, below parallel, or where you feel like you're going to get in the complex. So this is, for instance, this side is going to be for the guys, this side is going to be for the ladies.
PB?
No, match PB.
Match PB. So we're going again. You said you've done. You can't finish without doing a PB, surely. No way. How easy that looks.
Maybe 2 hours.
Right. So that's it. We're going to watch. We're going to get Joey film this PB incoming shortly. Hear it here first. How long have you been here?
About 3 years, I think.
3 years. What's your favourite thing about it?
So, definitely about coming here, it's like a sense of community that's been built. Like, you know, everyone's here from different backgrounds, different levels of fitness. Everyone comes in, they all support each other. Like Karlos actually built a fantastic community here, so yeah, it's good. Obviously, you know, everyone's getting fitter, everyone's building up in their own different way. So yeah, everyone can we all have a laugh, we all have a great time, and yeah, we all get fit in the process. Yeah, that's definitely the best thing about it.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Quality, mate. Cheers,
Yeah,
mate.
mate. No worries, thank you.
Get it! Yes! Hold on! Hold it!
That shit bit done, mate. I'm not into that. I like to watch people lift, I just don't like to lift. Right, so that's that. And now we've got assault bike, toaster bar, single arm, dumbbell cleaning gear, wall walks, and sink box jumps. So this is good. In position! 10 seconds! The whipping tray, biscuit, please. Oh, good that bit. I love that. Out grunt work like that.
Yeah.
It's just work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's when the less technical it gets, the more I enjoy it. No excuse, you know what I mean? You just have to. Yeah, it's just do it. The only reason you don't want to do it is because you don't want to do it. It's not because you can't. Yeah. They're my workout.
I can't believe you got 2.
Get out, that's for you. Although, that might as well be 2. Fucking hell. Right, brain freeze, let's get it down.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah, good. Like, different. What I like about coming is like, every gym does stuff a little bit different, but then there's still that undercurrent that's all the same and feels familiar. And it was same again here, they did the workout different, like 3 sections, a bit of lifting, then some different workouts, and they had an ice cream van rock up. But yeah, and it's the smallest gym we've been to so far in terms of square foot, but they got so much done with space, and it's just, yeah, just love those stories. So yeah, on to the next one, mate. See you next one.